I think paintings call other people towards them. Like, I think that if a painting catches your eye, that it's calling you. It's like, come closer and I'll show you what you would like to see. Being studio to me is love, friendship, artistry, and chemistry, where artists come to do their artwork and make friends. It's a community.
In March of 2020, we had to close our physical studio because of COVID and move to making art online, meeting on Zoom, doing virtual workshops, and making new kinds of art like video and podcasts. In this video, you'll hear from Claire, Charisse, Analisa, Chris, and Brad about their relationship with art, the digital world, and their dreams for the future.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Artists Connect. We are artists from different countries. I am doing my projects. I am writing a story of my work. My focus passion is writing. It is bonded with a musical.
Special.
It is special musical story full of hope. As a delegate, we need a variety of workshops. For me, it is acting, operating, or sketching, etc. We need to communicate with some new things and artists around the world who have different disabilities, like Down syndrome, like I have to make a difference, and it's such as just as we are. I dreamed of being a film and television actor and work with people who cared about us, give us hope and courage, and think of it to make the artist connect to the world for us to experience ourselves.
And how would you describe the community at Being, Charisse?
Helpful, supportive. They give me the supplies that I need.
What are some things that you like about doing art online?
I like to see people's art.
And what are some things that you don't like about doing art online?
I don't get to go to the Branson Center, and I don't have help at home.
What would your dream creative community look like?
The studio will be on one level. The hallways will be a little bit bigger, and I would give the artist iPads to use.
Can you talk a little bit about your digital art?
I do art on my iPad, and I'm able to choose my own colors, so I don't have to ask somebody for help to choose a different color.
And what would you like people to know about you, Charisse?
I really like to do art.
About connecting to all the artists at Being Studio, get to see my friends, and make sure they're okay, and make sure they get along to each other. But we have connections with all this people across Canada who come first because we have disabilities and handicaps. And if we have that disabilities, then we don't have connection to one another. So that's another thing, we have to connect to that thing in the future.
Like, I think when we connect, like there's a lot of power in those connections. And one question I have is what do we want to do with that power? You know, like once we meet and we tap into this, what comes next? What would you like to see change?
If we see change, we always seek connection through all the artists across Canada, through Zoom. After we have our Zoom, we have like how to get into our tools, how to get into share space, team space, and how to connect, like for Charisse, like for example, she's handicapped, and she has to learn how to use the tools that we use, but she has different technologies. She's in a wheelchair. So do you agree on that, Charisse?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's kind of two kinds of movements. Like one is maybe learning to use the tools that we have available. But I think the other thing is finding tools that fit each person so that you're not having to, you know, like contort yourself to use something that doesn't necessarily work for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Charisse, did you have any thoughts about that idea of what we would want to do with this power that comes from all connecting?
Finding out what they do.
I think art is more important to us. It's more like being who we are and what artist is, what's inside of us. That that we want to bring it out more and develop more art into our work. What I feel at being studio from home and being on Zoom is, I think, is a wonderful way of communicating on Zoom, because I can really see all my friends there at being studio, and it uses me to connect. It's like being in a bubble and being in a circle that we can really collaborate with our artwork and share our artwork and see what other topics that we come up with that's related to art. Being in the community at the Artists Connect, connect with people on Zoom and all the different topics on art and the subject that we do together, and we collaborated together on Zoom calls doing art that we can really present what we can accomplish in our artwork.
Can you describe what being studio means to you?
Well, it's a friendly place, you know, with the friends and stuff. Nice place to work, though.
And why do you like making art, Brad?
Well, well, it's something to do, and well, I got interested in it with Bob Ross because he's a painter, and I started doing my Christmas cards, Valentine cards, you know, stuff like that, paintings. I like doing it. It gives me something to do, and doing it from home, it's not so bad. It's good too, in a way, because you get to meet your friends and stuff.
And what does your dream creative community look like?
Of art, or?
Yeah, I guess so, of art.
Well, I've been doing these. Whoops.
To Devin, Brad Miller.
I try to make my Valentine's too. Oh, and I made this.
Yeah, so Brad, can you talk a little bit about why you make people cards?
Well, it was so expensive the other way, you know, buying cards and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got interested in making my own cards. Maybe people appreciate them more if you make them yourself. You know, so I've been watching Bob Ross doing all kinds of things, and because it makes people feel good too, to give them out and making them, and you know, stuff like that, eh?
And why do you think it makes people feel good to get a card?
Oh boy. Makes them warm inside, like comfortable or whatever. Makes them feel good too. And like you're doing something for them as well as yourself.
The last thing we wanted to share is a poem written by Claire Nedzela and read by me, Rachel Gray. Art is a moment or an instant, fast or slow, natural or deep down through the artistic nature of the artist eye of an artist. I know this world. It is my spirit because my grandfather and great-grandfather were artists in oil. My art, like theirs, comes from my heart imagination, painted and sketched in my books and on canvas. Looking down at me feels warmth, joy, and in the process of creating, I feel happiness. Starting with a song on my lips and a smile on my face, I can only improve upon my creative art and look forward to seeing the results of my imagination shine. Art is a piece of cake to me.